in this third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on third and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Now Murray. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Now Murray's got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
That one good for 13 and a New England first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To throw, here's Willis.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Henry is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will sit. This one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Murray.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defense in front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. A first down carry for Henry. And bulldozing his way through.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice, grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos, while I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you mustn't.
So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
What a tug of war this game has been. A tie at the half. I remember when I was playing, my coaches always talked about the first 5 minutes of each half. That's where you can gain the momentum and seize an opportunity. We've got one team in position to do that right now.
I can't believe they even let you play.
1st and 10, it's Willis.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this all the way inside the Jets' 20 into the red zone. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Willis.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
T. Higgins.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Patriots come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Connects with Kittle underneath. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Richardson looking to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they're defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The New York set to take the field.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
2nd down and 3. Now Willis to throw.
And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. Touchdown, Patriots. Derrick Henry. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Pats have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Richardson working from the gun.
His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. 1st and 10, it's Richardson.
And his throw is incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now Richardson.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your reward.